By evening, I will provide, right? So, good morning, students. Welcome in next lecture of Math F211, Mathematics 3. Presently, we are doing the hypergeometric equation. So, in last class, we have almost completed the hypergeometric equation. So, we have seen how to determine the hypergeometric solution of the hypergeometric equation in terms of the hypergeometric function. So, now in continuous of that, let us have this problem. So that f dash of a b c x is equal to a b upon c f of a plus 1 b plus 1 c plus 1 and x. So we know that what is the meaning of the f of a b c. So here it is given to you f of a b c x. So by definition we know it is 1 plus ab upon c x plus a plus 1 a b plus 1 b upon c plus 1 c and factorial 2 x square plus a plus 2 a plus 1 a b plus 2 b plus 1 b upon factorial 3 c plus 1 c plus 2 c plus 1 c, and here we have the x cube and so on. So here we have the infinite series, right? Infinite series. So in this case, we have to determine the f dash of the a b c x. You have to determine the f dash of this. So derivative of this is 0. Derivative of the next one is ab upon c plus derivative of next one is ab upon c into a plus 1 b plus 1 upon c plus 1 c plus 1 into 2x into 2x, and 2 and 2 cancel out. So into x, that will come plus derivative of the this one will become a b upon c. Inside we have a plus 2 a plus 1 b plus 2 b plus 1 upon c plus 2 c plus 1. Then here we have the derivative of the x cube is the 3x square, and 3 and 3 cancel out. So here we have the factorial 2, here we have the x square and so on. So from all, if you take the a b upon c common, so here we have the 1 plus a plus 1 b plus 1 upon c plus 1 into x plus a plus 2 a plus 1 b plus 2 b plus 1 upon c plus 2 c plus 1 factorial 2 into x square and so on. So what is this bracket term? Bracket term is a b c and f of a plus 1 b plus 1 c plus 1 and x. So that we have to prove that f of abc f dash of the abc is equal to, right, that we have to prove that f dash of the abc is equal to ab upon c f of the a plus 1 b plus 1 c plus 1 and x. So just nothing special you have to do. You have to open the hypergeometric function and take the derivative. So as you take the derivative, so you can take the ABC common, and remaining one will be the f of the a plus 1, b plus 1, and c plus 1 x. We have some question for your practice. Let's have this question. X into 1 minus x y double dash plus 3 by 2 minus 2x y dash plus 2y is equal to 0 near x is equal to 0. So they have already specified at what point you have to determine the solution. So in this case, if you compare, here we have the c minus a plus b plus 1 into x, and here we have the minus ab. So this implies that a plus b plus 1, this will imply that a plus b plus 1 is equal to 2 and ab is equal to minus 2. So with this, you will get the b is equal to minus 1, a is equal to 2, or b is equal to 2, a is equal to minus 1. So for both, we have the solution, and we know that hypergeometric function is uh, is um, uh, is same when we interchange the a and b. So you will get the same answer for the both combination. So in this case, if we have the a b c value is c is equal to 3 by 2, right, b is equal to 2, a is equal to minus 1. So here we have the solution. Solution is what? Y is equal to c1 into y1. Y1 is what? F of the a b c x. And what is the c2? C2 into y2. Y2 is what? X to power 1 minus c2, or 1 minus c, f of the a minus c plus 1, b minus c plus 1, 2 minus c plus and x. So in this case, what is this? A, B, C, x, and this is the x to power 1 minus c, and here we have the a minus c plus 1, here we have the b minus c plus 1, and here we have the 2 minus c, and then x. So directly you can write the solution. Now no need to go with the bigger Frobenius series solution, right? Directly you can write the Frobenius series solution. For example, if we have this question, 2x square plus 2x y double dash plus 1 plus 5x y dash plus y is equal to 0. So in the from the first, if you take the 2 common, so here we have the x into x plus 1 y double dash plus 1 by 2 plus 5 by 2 x y dash plus 1 by 2 y. So in this, from here you can judge x is equal to 0 and x is equal to minus 1 are singular point. Then you can judge they are the regular singular point. Are the regular singular point. Regular singular point. So as you judge these are the regular singular point. Now you have to determine the solution near x is equal to 0. So when we have to compute the solution near x is equal to 0, we have to take the substitution t is equal to x minus a upon b minus a. We have to take the substitution x minus a upon b minus a. So here we have taken the substitution x minus 0 upon minus 1 minus 0. That will be the t is equal to minus x. That is the t is equal to minus x. So when we change the t is equal to minus x, automatically it will become, right, it will become the t 1 minus t, right, 1 minus t. So when we put the x is equal to minus t 1 minus t, so minus you have taken here, so minus multiply here 1 minus 1 by 2 plus 5 by 2. In place of the x we have to put the minus t plus minus half y is equal to 0. So in this case you can now you determine the value of the ABC and you can find the solution. For example, in this question, x square minus x plus 6 y double dash 5 plus 3x y dash plus y is equal to 0. So if you take the factor of the polynomial coefficient of y double dash, so this we can write as a x minus 3 x plus 2. It means x is equal to 3 and minus 2 are are regular singular point, are the regular singular point, regular singular point, right? X is equal to 3 and x is equal to minus 2 is the regular singular point. So now you have to find the solution near x is equal to 3. So wherever you have to determine the solution, there we have to assume that t is equal to x minus a upon b minus a, b minus a. So in this case we have the x minus 3 upon minus 3 minus 3, that is the x minus 3 upon minus 5 or 3 minus x upon 5. So that substitution we have to put. So in this case x is equal to what we have, x is equal to minus 5t plus 3. The substitution what we have, x is equal to minus 5t plus 3. So from here x minus 3 will come, minus 5t, and x plus 2 will come. In place of the x you just put minus 5t plus 3. So minus 5t plus 3 plus 2. So you will get the minus 5 into t minus 1, t minus 1. So when we substitute in the given equation, this given equation, x square minus x plus minus 6 y double dash plus 5 plus 3x y dash plus y is equal to 0, or when we put in the x minus 3 x plus 2. So in place of the x minus 3 we have minus 5t. In place of the x plus 2 we have the minus 5 into t minus 1. So as we substitute, you have the following equation in terms of the independent variable t into 1 minus t y double dash plus 14 by 5 minus 3t y dash minus y is equal to 0. So from here, if you compare with the standard hypergeometric equation, so this will become the c, this will become the a plus b plus 1, and this will become the ab, right? This will become the ab. So from here you will get the a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, and c is equal to 14 by 3. And we know that what is the solution, y is equal to c1 f of a b c x, just to put the value of the a b c x, plus c2 x to power 1 minus c f of a minus c plus 1 b minus c plus 1 2 minus c and x, right? So by using this substitution, right, by putting the value of the abc, you can find the solution for the given differential equation. This is a very important question from the book, right? 1 minus e to power x y double dash plus 1 by 2 y dash plus e to power x y is equal to 0. So by seeing, we cannot judge it is a hypergeometric equation. So just by substitution we can find, and you have to find now if the 1 minus 1 e to power x is equal to 0, right? When it is 0, so it will give you e to power x is equal to 1. So x is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0 is what? It is a singular point. It is singular point. Then after we take the x into px. We take x into, means original equation is what? If you write in the standard equation, this equation will become y double dash plus 1 by 2 into 1 minus e to power x y dash plus e to power x upon 1 minus e to power x y is equal to 0. So as you take x into right, x into px is what? X into px is x upon 2 1 minus e to power x, 1 minus e to power x. So as you take this as a, right, x is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, so this will give you the non-zero value, right? Means after applying the L'Hopital rule, so here or by expanding the series you can find. So this is the x is equal to 0. You can prove that x is equal to 0 is regular singular point. It is a regular singular point. Regular singular point. So here we have the x is equal to 0 is the regular singular point. So in this case, we put t is equal to e to power x. T is equal to e to power x. So as we substitute, as you substitute t is equal to e to power x. So dt by dx will come e to power x. E to power x. Now we have to compute the dy by dx. So what is the meaning of the dy by dx? It is the dy by dt into dt by dx. dt by dx. So this will become e to power x, right? In place of the d2 by dx, we can write e to power x and dy by dt. dy by dt. Now, if you have to compute the d2y upon dx2, d2y upon dx2, so this will be what? This is the dy dx of dy by dx, right? d2y upon dx2 means it is the dy dx of the dy by dx. So this can be written as dy dx of e to power x dy by dt, dy by dt. So when we do when we take the derivative by parts, so it will become, right, first function, second function. So dy dx of e to power x, that is the e to power x, and second function dy by dt as it is, plus now e to power x first function as it is, now dy dx of dy by dt. So this can be written as e to power x dy dt of dy by dt and dt by dx. So this will become plus e to power x and d2y upon dt2 and it is the e to power x, and here we have the e to power x dy by dx and this is the d2y upon dx2. So using this substitution, what you will get? Original equation is 1 minus e to power x y double dash plus half y dash plus e to power x y. So as we have substituted e to power x is a t, so this will become 1 minus t, and here we have the y double dash. So y double dash from the back we have seen y double dash is what? E to power x. E to power x means it is the t, right? It is the t dy by, and dy by dx is what? Dy by dx is just here we have computed the dy by dx. It is the dy by dx or something, dy by dt, right? It is the dy by dt. So dy by dt plus, now here we have the t square because e to power x is the t, so t square d2y upon dt2. So on substituting the value of d2 by dx2 as t dy by dt plus t square d2y upon dt2, so here you will get the equation. T square 1 minus t d2y upon dt2 plus t into 1 minus t dy by dt plus half, right, plus half t dy by dt plus ty is equal to 0. So on solving you will get the standard hypergeometric equation t into 1 minus t d2y upon dt2 plus 3 by 2 minus t dy by dt plus 1 is equal to 0. So from here, this is the c, this is the a plus b plus 1, a plus b plus 1 is equal to 1, and here we have the minus of the ab, so minus of ab is equal to 1. So from here, right, minus of ab is equal to 1 and a plus b plus 1 is equal to 1. So from here you will get the a is equal to minus 1, b is equal to 1 and c is equal to 3 by 2. So we know that what is the solution? Y is equal to y is equal to C1 f of a b c x plus C2 x to power 1 minus c f of a minus c plus 1 b minus c plus 1 2 minus c and x. So here we have the solution. So we have the value a is equal to any value you assume, right? Any value, either you assume this value or you assume this value, you will get the same solution, because f hypergeometric function is interchangeable, right? Or it they are the same on the interchangeable of the a and b. Clear? So just you put the value of the abc. Online, any problem?
No, sir.
So that's all the important thing, hypergeometric function, right, from my side. Now next important topic, and very important topic, Legendre polynomial. Here we have the four special function in your course, right? Legendre polynomial, Bessel series, Chebyshev polynomial, and Hermite polynomial. Chebyshev series and Hermite polynomial, right? So out of these four, we will teach you the one, Legendre and Bessel, and Hermite and Chebyshev are under the self study. So now, many times you have heard this term. What is the Legendre equation? What is the Bessel equation? What is the Hermite equation? Chebyshev equation? In the chapter 16 also, section 16 also you have studied, or in the section 28 also you have studied. So Legendre polynomial from application point of view is very important. Legendre and Bessel equation are very important. So in the mathematical physics, you will find at many places this equation, Legendre equation, right? Whenever you have to derive the Bessel function, also we have the use of the Legendre equation. If you have to determine the value of the gamma of minus half, there also we have the requirement of the Legendre equation. Lambert continued fraction. Lambert continued fraction means if you have to determine the value of, if you have to determine the value of 1 plus 1 upon x plus 1 upon x plus 1 upon x plus 1 upon x plus and so on. So if it is the continue, right? So to determine the value of this means in place of the x, if we have the 2, 3, 4.5, so what will be the value? So if you have to determine, in that case also we require the in this Legendre equation, right? So what is the Legendre equation? Legendre equation is a standard equation for the constant n, 1 minus x square y double dash, 1 minus x square y double dash minus 2x y dash plus n into n plus 1 into y is equal to 0, where n is positive integer, or n should be the not positive, non-negative integer. They must be the non-negative integer, either 0 or 1, 2, 3, and so on. So here n is the non-negative integer. So now, if you write in the standard form is what? Y double dash plus px y dash. First, we have to check the nature of the differential equation. So px y dash plus qxy is equal to 0. In the standard form, if you will write, so you will get the y double dash minus 2x upon 1 minus x square y dash plus n into n plus 1 upon 1 minus x square y is equal to 0. So from here, what we have, capital Px is equal to minus 2x upon 1 minus x square, and capital Q is equal to n into n plus 1 upon 1 minus x square, right? So now here, what is the nature of this P and Q? Whatever the nature of the P and Q, the same nature we have for the solution also, right? Same nature we have for the solution also. So if the P and Q are analytical here, then the solution is also analytic. If P and Q are not analytic here, right, at the particular point, then the solution is also not analytic. So you can observe that this P and Q are analytic in the interval, open interval from -1 to 1. Right, from -1 to 1, if you take the X, then it is the analytic. Where it will create the problem? Where it is not a well defined P and Q, for the X is equal to +1 -1. At the boundary only it will create the problem. It means what is the X is equal to 0? Analytical means what is the X is equal to 0? It is the ordinary point. X is equal to 0, the ordinary point, right? So in section 28 we have the solved example for this. That's why I'm not going in that. So X is equal to 0 is what? A ordinary point. So ordinary point, so for the ordinary point what we have? We have the power series solution. We have power series solution, section 28. There we have the solved example, section 28. Right, so in the section 28 you can find its solution for the X is equal to 0. X is equal to 0 is the what? It is the ordinary point. Now in this section we will be interested for the regular singular point, right, at the X is equal to 1 or at the X is equal to -1. But in the 28 we have already solved this. So in the power series, what is the solution form we have? Y is equal to summation of the a n x to power n. Then we find the recurrence relation. Just for the hint I am writing, because I have to use this recurrence relation. I have to use this recurrence relation. So there we have the recurrence relation, a m plus 2 is equal to minus n minus m n plus m plus 1 upon m plus 1 m plus 2 am. Means here we have the recurrence relation in terms of the am, recurrence relation of am plus 2 and the am. And then we have the initial equation. From the initial equation we have the two roots, right, m1 and m2. So correspondingly we can find the two power series y1 and y2, and the general solution will come c1 by1 plus c2 by 2, right? So that you can see, right, in the section 28. We have already covered in the class, so I'm not repeating that part. Now problem is problem we have to face means the px and qx are not analytic at x is equal to plus minus 1. So here we have the x is equal to plus minus 1 is the singular point. So when it is a singular point, we can check x minus x naught px and x minus we can check x minus x naught into px and x minus x naught square into qx as a whether they are the analytic or not. So you will find that both at both point x is equal to 1 and x is equal to -1, these functions are analytic. So from that we can say that x is equal to plus minus 1 is the regular singular point. Means this is the base. This is the base for the solution. So now for the regular singular point, what is the nature of the solution? Solution is Frobenius series solution. Right? In that case, we determine the solution by the Frobenius series method. So right. So here we determine the solution. First, we determine for the x is equal to 1. So when we determine the solution near x is equal to 1, so you can see here what we have. Here in the Legendre equation, what we have? First one is the 1 minus x square. So 1 minus x square can be written as 1 minus x, 1 plus x. So it means it is similar to the hypergeometric equation. If you see, it is similar to the hypergeometric equation. So if you have to find the solution near x is equal to 1, at that time you have to take the substitution t is equal to x minus a upon b minus a. And what are a is equal to 1. So when we have the a is equal to 1, so it will become x minus 1 upon minus 1, right, minus 1 minus 1. So it will become x minus 1 upon minus 2, right, it is the minus 2, right. So here we have the substitution. So when we take this substitution, it will become t is equal to 1 by 2 1 minus x. So here when we change the independent variable from x to t by the substitution 1 minus x upon 2, right, or x is equal to 1 minus 2t. So you will get dt by dx as a minus half. Dt by dx as a minus half. So when we compute dy by dx, so dy by dx is what? Dy by dt into dt by dx, that is the minus half dy by dt, minus half dy by dt. And when we compute the d2 by dx2, so d2 by dx2 is what? dy by dx of the dy by dx. And dy by dx or dy by dt of minus half dy by dt by dx. So this will become 1 by 4 d2y upon dt2. So on substitution, here we have the 1 minus x, 1 plus x. So 1 minus x, from here we have the 2t. So here we have written the 2t, and 1 plus x, 1 plus x. So x we have seen, we have taken the x is equal to 1 minus 2t. So 1 plus 1 minus 2t, that is the 2 1 minus t. So that here we have the 2, right? So and what is that y double dash? Y double dash, this is what? d2y upon dx2, and d2y upon dx2 is what? 1 upon 4. So d2 by d2 is the 1 so it is the 2d2 and 1 by 4 d2y upon dt2, right? So it will come, so for 2 and 2, right, will cancel out. So you will get the standard hypergeometric equation. So standard hypergeometric equation you will get from the standard Legendre equation as t into 1 minus t y double dash 1 minus 2t y dash plus n into n plus 1 y is equal to 0. It means from here this is the c, so c is equal to 1, a plus b plus 1 is equal to 2, is equal to 2, and minus of ab is equal to n into n plus 1. If we have this, so from here you will get, a is equal to minus n, b is equal to n plus 1, and c is equal to 1. So when we have this, so your solution will become y1 is equal to abc x. So y is equal to a minus n, b n plus 1, c 1, and here we have the t. So now here what are the solution? What are the means roots of the integral equation for the hypergeometric equation? In general, we have the root m1 is equal to 0 and m2 is equal to 1 minus c. And c is what here? C is the 1. So it is the 1 minus 1, that is the 0. It means we have the m1 is equal to m2. For this equation, we have m1 is equal to m2. It means by the theorem A, we have only the one series, right? We have only the one series. So we have to determine the another solution, another linearly independent solution by the article 16. In the article 16, what we have? If you know the one solution, you can determine the other linearly independent solution by the substitution or by taking the y2 is equal to v y1, where v is equal to what? Integral 1 upon y1 square e to power minus integral p dx, right? And then whole integral with respect to, right, x. So in this case we determine the second linearly independent solution, y2 is equal to v y1, where v is equal to what? Where v is equal to integral 1 upon y1 square e to power integral p dx and then dx. What is the p? P you have to write in the standard form. So standard form, so p is equal to capital P, means here you have to take the p. So capital P is equal to minus 2x upon 1 minus x square. So here when we take or you can see because we have converted into the t, so you have to take this t. So from here, what is the y double dash? Y double dash is the 1 minus 2t upon t into 1 minus t, and capital Q will become n into n plus 1 upon t into 1 minus t. So here we have the 1 upon y1 square. Y1 is what? Hypergeometric function. Hypergeometric function f of minus n, n plus 1, 1 and t. So it is the 1 upon y1 square e to power integral 2t minus 1 upon t into 1 minus t dt. That will come. And what is the integral of the 2t minus 1 upon t into 1 minus t? That is the ln of the t into 1 minus t, right? Minus of the ln of the t into 1 minus t. So e to power we have the e to power minus ln of the t into 1 minus t. So that will give you 1 upon t into 1 into 1 upon t into 1 minus t. So here we have the v is equal to, no, it is the v dash. 1 minute. This is the v is equal to. So this is your v dash. So v dash is equal to 1 upon y1 square t into 1 minus t. Right? V is equal to integral. V is equal to integral. So v dash is equal to without integral. So v dash is equal to 1 upon y1 square t into 1 minus t. And if you take 1 upon t outside, so in the bracket we have the 1 upon y1 square into 1 minus t. So y1 is what? It is a polynomial, right? It is a polynomial hypergeometric equation with constant term 1. Initial term is the 1. So this is the analytic. This is the analytic. So elementary operation with the elementary function is also analytic. So when any function is analytic, you can write it as a, right, you can write it as a Taylor series expansion. So here we have written the 1 upon y1 square into 1 minus t as a Taylor series expansion. As a Taylor series expansion. So 1 plus means in general what we have, the a naught plus a1t plus a2t square and so on. So here when we assume that let a naught is equal to 1, so it will become 1 plus a1t plus a2t square and so on. So in this case, this is in the what is the v dash? V dash is the 1 upon t into y1 square 1 minus t. So this due to the 1 upon t, it will become 1 upon t. In this you have to multiply. In this you have to multiply the 1 upon t. So 1 upon t plus a1 plus a2t plus a3t square and so on. So on integration on both sides with respect to t, you will get the v is equal to log t plus a1t, right? A1t plus a2 into t square upon factorial 2 and so on. So here this is your v, and what is the y2? Y2 is the v2 y1, right? V into y1, right? So here y2 will come y1 into v, and v is what? Log t plus a1t and so on, right? A1t, not a1t. Yes, a1t plus a2t square upon factorial 2 and so on. So general solution will become general solution near t is equal to 0. Near t is equal to 0 is equal to c1 y1 plus c2 y2. That is the general solution. But above solution is bounded. The right above solution is bounded near t is equal to 0 if and only if, because there we have the term of the log t, right? So it is bounded if and only if c2 is equal to 0 due to the presence of the log t. So this solution is bounded, right, near t is equal to 0 only when c2 is equal to 0. So that is the one part. We are not interested for this. Whatever we have the y1 f of the minus n n plus 1, 1, and x or t. For that we are interested. So here y is equal to what? Y is equal to we can say y is equal to c1 y1 plus c2 y2 are the two bounded solution near the x is equal to 1. Now we have replaced the t by the, when t is equal to 0, it means x is equal to 1. We replace t by the x. So here you will get the solution instead of the c1 by 1 t plus c2 by 2 t. Now we are writing the solution c1 by 1 x and c2 by 2 x. Now in place of the t is equal to 0, we are writing the x is equal to 1. Resubstitution, right? So x to t. So here we have the solution. Now we know that constant multiple of the solution is also solution. F y is equal to, now we are because c2 is equal to, when it is bounded only when the c2 is equal to 0. So for the second solution we are not much interested. We are interested only for the first solution, because second solution, bounded solution, exists only when we assume that c2 is equal to 0. So as the c2 is equal to 0, we have only the c1 by 1. So c1 by 1 means constant multiple of the solution, constant multiple of the hypergeometric function. So it is nothing, it is the constant multiple of, it is nothing, it is the constant multiple of the f minus n, n plus 1, 1, and in place of the t, what we have the substitution 1 by 2 into 1 minus x. That is the solution, constant multiple of the f. That is the general solution here. So now in this case, this we represent by the pnx. It is very important thing. Usually we denote by the, it is very standard notation. So pnx is equal to, it is the first formula of the pnx. It is the first formula of the pnx. So pnx is equal to f of minus n plus minus n comma n plus 1 comma 1 comma 1 by 2 into 1 minus x. That is the first solution. In terms of the hypergeometric function, we have computed the solution of the Legendre equation. Now, what is the expansion of the hypergeometric function? 1 plus ab upon c into x, a plus 1 a, b plus 1 b upon factorial 2 c plus 1 into c, and so on. In general, f of a b c x is what? It is the 1 plus ab upon c x plus a plus 1 a, b plus 1 b upon factorial 2 c plus 1 c into x square, and so on. So here we have the expansion for the hypergeometric function. So already we have the hypergeometric function as f of minus n, n plus 1, 1, 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 into 1 minus x. So just you expand. So when we expand, here we have the 1 plus a b upon factorial 1, right? Factorial 1 into factorial 1 into x. So x is what? X minus 1. Then a plus 1, a plus 1 into a, b plus 1 into b upon c into c plus 1 factorial 2 whole square into x square. So here we have the series, right? Here we have the series. So if you see the nth term, you will get the factorial of the 2n upon factorial n whole square 2 to power n x minus n whole square, x minus n whole square. So when we expand, in general, what is the solution form? In general, what is the solution form? We have the a0 plus a1 x plus a2 x square plus an x to power n, and so on. Now, what is the coefficient of the x to power n? Here, what is the coefficient of the x to power n? That is the an. And in this case, if you expand the x minus 1 to power n by the binomial expansion, so very first term is the x to power n, and x to power n into this, it means this is the nothing, this is the coefficient of the x to power n. After the expansion, this is the coefficient of the x to power n, and we can say this is the an, right? This is the an. After the expansion, you will get this is the an. Now, in the above equation, if you put x is equal to 1, if you put the x is equal to 1, what you will get? Because in each term we have the 1 minus x. In each term we have the 1 minus x. So when we put x is equal to 1, we have only the first term. And first term is what? That is the 1. So you will get the Pn1 is equal to 1. Pn1 of Pn1 of is equal to 1 means we are computing the Pn for x is equal to 1. X is equal to 1. So when we substitute in the above series, you will get the 1 minus x, 1 minus x everywhere we have, except in the first term. So you will get the Pn1 is equal to 1. So that is one more formula, right? Later on, we will use all these formula. Pn1 is equal to 1. Now, by the section 28 on page 181, right? The same question is solved there for the ordinary point. According as n is even or odd, Pn is polynomial of degree n that contains only even or odd power of x. So if you see the solved example of section 28, you will find the recurrence relation. Recurrence relation like this. So from here, you can see that A2 in terms of the A0, A4 in terms of the A2, A6 in terms of the A4, or A3 in terms of the A1, right? A5 in terms of the A3, A7 in terms of the A5, and so on. Ultimately, we have either the term of even power or the term of the odd power there. So, and in both case, we have the polynomial. Polynomial means we have the terminating series, right? There you will find we have the terminating series, not the continuous series. So it is a polynomial. So in the polynomial, highest power is the x to power n, x to power n. So that their coefficient will become the an, right? So here the solution is of the form an x to power n, an minus 2 x to power n minus 2, an minus 4 x to power n minus 4, and so on. And the last term can be, last means I am saying that our solution can be an x to power n plus an minus 2 x to power n minus 2 plus an minus 4 x to power n minus 4 n minus 4, and last term can be either the a1x or the a0, depending over the whether n is even or odd. So last term will come, right? If you write in the reverse way, in general we write the an x to power n, right? Summation from n is equal to 1 to infinity, right? So in the reverse, or 0 to infinity, right? 0 to infinity. So in the reverse way, if you will write, so last term will be the either the a1x or a0, depending over the n, whether the n is even or odd. So in this case, so here by section 28 on page 181, according as n is even or odd, Pn is the polynomial of degree n that contains only even or odd power of the x. Means they have the either the 1, x square, x to power 4, x to power 6, and so on, or x, x cube, x to power 5, x to power 7, and so on. Odd powers and even power of the x. So it means Pnx from there, the structure of the Pnx is what? An x to power n plus an minus 2 x to power n minus 2, an minus 4 x to power n minus 4, and dash 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 is equal to a naught plus a naught when n is even, or dash 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 plus a1x when n is odd. When n is odd. Clear this part? Now, P of this I will prove later on. In the later part, I will prove this. Right. So here the recurrence relation from the section 28 you will find. So right, already we have. So in that, if you put right, so recurrence relation, you will get the a k minus 2 is equal to minus k into k minus 1 upon n minus k plus 2 into n plus k minus 1 into ak. Now we are writing the recurrence relation in the reverse manner. In the section 28 we have the recurrence relation a m plus 2 in terms of the am. Now we are writing am in terms of the am plus 2, and there m you replace by the k minus 2. In the recurrence relation we have the m plus 2 is equal to something in terms of the am. So here if you take the m is equal to k minus 2, so a k minus 2, here we have the ak. So just you replace by the m by the k minus 2, and you will get the same recurrence relation in this form. Same recurrence relation in this form. So in next class we continue. Actually, it is little bit lengthy. So up to the recurrence relation we have. Actually, we are comparing the solution of the ordinary point and the regular singular point, and the same form we want to write. One solution already we have computed as a f of the minus n plus 1, 1, and 1 by 2, 1 minus x. One solution already we have computed, but we want the solution in the useful form. So now we are just modifying the given solution using the known recurrence relation. That we are doing. So next class we continue. Online, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Here any doubt?